What is the Memorandum of Transfer, MOT? Memorandum of Transfer is a process where you are going to sign a document that indicates the property is yours. For example, you bought a property from a developer during under construction. After the property complete and individual title issue, you have to sign a Memorandum of Transfer document to transfer the property ownership from the developer to you. What is Property Transfer Malaysia? Typically, when an individual say they want to perform a property transfer, it means that the individual wants to transfer his or her property to another party. Who can I transfer my property? If you own a house, you can perform property transfer to anyone you like. The law doesn't restrict you from transferring the property to your family member only. You can transfer to your friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, or any stranger. How do you transfer property ownership or transfer a house into someone else's name? You have to identify whether the property still has a bank loan before decided to transfer the property. It will be easier if without a bank loan. If there is a bank loan, your new owner needs to get a bank loan before the property transfer can be started. The tricky part is a transfer outside the family member is not affordable for the bank. Memorandum of Transfer is only for strata title and individual title property. If you have a master title property, you cannot perform by way of Memorandum of Transfer. Instead, you have to go with deed of gift process, which is a different document to sign. How long does it take to transfer property ownership? It depends on your situation. Property transfer for without a bank loan will be faster than with a bank loan. A freehold property will be faster than a leasehold property because a leasehold property requires applying for consent. In a straightforward case, a freehold case without a bank loan should take about 1 to 1.5 months, and while a leasehold case without a bank loan should take about 3 to 4 months.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Jalila binti Abdul Wahab. My metric number is 057725. So my part is the important restriction and what is the ad valorem stamp duty. So I will start with the important restriction. The restriction of interest must be considered when transferring, buying and selling real estate. It is a limitation or restriction placed on a property to protect the owner's right and interest. If a property has a restriction of interest, the land grant will state it. Next, there are 3 examples of interest restriction. Firstly, grant land restriction. The land granted may not be sold, leased, pledged, mortgaged, or transferred in any way, including through the use of all letters of agreement intended to release or sell this land without the permission of the state authority. These restrictions are typically imposed on gift or ownership to individual or individual companies, organization and government agency such as Yayasan Warisan Johor, Kumpulan Prasarana Rakyat Johor, Perbadanan Islam Johor Holdings, and Johor Corporation. This is JCorp. Number 2, Bumiputra Lot Interest Restriction. Once allocated to a Bumiputra or Bumiputra company, the land cannot be sold, leased, or transferred in any way to a non-Bumiputra or non-Bumiputra company without the permission of the state authority. These constraints are imposed on the development of development project, which is housing, trade and mission. This policy has 40% impact on the interest of Bumiputra. This restriction is codified in the state of Johor for such a transfer from an individual to a non-Bumiputra individual. The applicant must first comply with condition for advertising in the newspaper 3 times within 3 months, after which PBN will decide whether or not to improve the transfer. Number 3, home interest restriction, which is low, medium or low cost shop. Affordable home, the imposition of this restriction on development project involving the aforementioned component, as well as the Johor People Housing Policy in Johor General Sesuai Note, year 2040, application for low cost or low medium cost shop house land transfer permission will only be considered if accompanied by a letter of approval from Johor Housing Division, Government Secretary's Office.
For the condition entitled Mortgage Underwriting Condition. Mortgage underwriting criteria come in a variety of shapes and sizes. The first underwriter you meet is not always human. AUS stands for Automate Underwriting Software. It examines your application and package, then person take charge, and following criteria apply. First one, your first set of condition is the paperwork that prove your income and asset. Second, you may also have to show a divorce, degree or business license or explain a credit problem. Third, other hurdles include prior to documentation or prior to funding requirement. Prior to docs or prior to documents condition. These conditions are usually the most important as they are created because the underwriter must make sure that you, the borrower, qualified for the loan. Therefore, the underwriter may require more income documentation, verification of employment, rent deposit, as well as appraisal and title commitment. The underwriter will let your loan officer know what documents are needed to meet this condition, and your loan officer will work with you to get this document together. The loan document cannot be ordered until these conditions are satisfied. Prior to funding condition. These are documents that must be delivered to the underwriter before the funds are issued. Typically, these are conditions that the underwriter believes will be easy for the borrower to meet, thus they are not required to order the loan documents. They tend to be reserved for procedure, method and are taken care of by the escrow officer and loan funder. Next, ordering, delivering and signing the loan document. Once your loans officer gather all of the needed items to satisfy the prior to docs condition, the loan processor will organize and submit the documentation to the underwriter, and the underwriter will sign off that this condition have been satisfied. Now, either the loan officer or processor can order the loan document. The loan documents will be reviewed by the lender and delivered to the escrow officer. From there, the escrow officer will do their part to put the loan document in their final form, adding information such as payoff, tax, and prepaid interest. After that, signing your docs. Once the escrow officer has put the loan document in their final form, they will reach out to you and the seller to arrange signing appointments. The appointment is the closing of your loan. However, as you know now, once you sign, your loan is not closed at the prior to funding condition must still be satisfied for fund to be issued. After, lenders will send the document directly to you through a mobile notary. This makes it easier for all parties to sign the document quickly. Then, funding your loan. The lender will receive the documents and forward them to the funding department. As long as all check out, all of the documents are signed correctly and the underwriter sign off the prior to funding condition, the fund department will wire the fund to the escrow company and your loan is complete. Keep in mind that this can take up to a few days. Find out from your loan officer how long it will take is must fund of the day that is specified in the home purchase contract. Don't forget to use our mortgage calculator to estimate your monthly payment.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wan Nur Hidayah binti Wan Daud and my matric number 057643. I want to present about discharge of charge. Discharge of charge is a process to redeem the original title from the bank upon the settlement of the housing loan with the financier. This process will take place upon the instruction from the bank to the purchaser or borrower to find their own solicitor in handling the process. After the loan has been successfully settled, only purchaser or borrower can redeem their original title from the bank. Apart from redeeming the original title from the bank, discharge of charge is required to remove the bank's name from the title. Since the purchaser or borrower has already paid off their loan, the bank has no claim to ownership and their name should be removed through registration at the land office. Basic process for discharge of charge. First, client sign authorization letter. Second, from 16N, discharge of charge signed by the bank. Third, stamp relevant documents at LHDN. 4, registration at land office. And 5, client collect original title. We have 4 points to document needed from discharge of charge. First, identify card of purchaser or borrower. Second, quit rent of the current year. Third, assessment of the current year. And lastly, proof of settlement of loan.
My other point is what is ad valorem stamp duty. The rate of duty varies depending on the nature of the instrument and the considerations stipulated in this instrument or the market value of the property. Fixed duty is imposed regardless of the consideration by ad valorem duties, a variable cost based on the value of a transaction that legal document represent. These include taxes such as those based on the value of a property, transfer or loan agreement. The calculation for ad valorem stamp duty is based on the house price, on the sale contract or market value. The assessment in base is based on what is stated to the government appraiser's assessment report. For the property price, the stamp duty tax is divided into several levels, each with its own percentage. Starting in 2019, the stamp duty percentage will be as follows. Let's explore a simplified example. A property valued at 500,000 today would be leveled for charges across the first two tiers that we mentioned above. Stamp duty would be charged according 1% on 100,000 of value and 2% on 400,000 of value. So, what will the stamp duty be? Stamp duty on the first 100,000 value, which is 1%, multiply 100,000, so we get 1,000. Stamp duty on the next 400,000 value, which is 2%. Okay, we multiply by 400,000 and we get 8,000. That's 1,000 plus 8,000, we get 9,000 stamp duty on in total.
Okay, today I will talk about land search. For those who want to buy land, there is a separate loan offered by the bank because the housing loan is only to buy a new house and subscale. Apart from that, before buying land, make sure of a few things as below. The reason for buying land. Once you know why you want to buy land, you can look for suitable land. 2. Land status is required, whether it's residential, agriculture, commercial or bungalow land. 3. Land tenure. There are 3 types of land tenure: freehold, leasehold and Bumiputra reserve. 4. Land grants. This section contains all pertinent information about land. As a result, it is critical to first read to grant and double check with the land office. 5. Determine your available budget. If you want to take out a land loan, you will almost certainly have to pay an advance as well as